And if you do have an authentic Kundalini awakening, you will have a series of very profound psychedelic style visuals. You will be able to see things in the world around you that you previously couldn't see. You'll be able to access bandwidths of your consciousness that were previously locked away and unable to be attained by your mind and your awareness. You will experience gnosis. You will experience Christ consciousness. Your life will forever be changed. Now, this is not some amusement park ride. And for as beautiful as Kundalini and these experiences are, they are so foreign to what you've learned to think is normal in this world that by experiencing them, you by default change completely on a hormonal level, on a spiritual level, on a mental level, on an emotional level, on a physiological level, on a biological level, on a cellular level. Every little piece of your life changes in the flash of an eye. To witness the glory of the angelic kingdoms that Kundalini shows us is enough to make a man or woman insane. We are not accustomed to existing on the dimensional levels that Kundalini brings us into. It's like being in kindergarten and then suddenly being thrown into a calculus class and being expected to understand it all. It's incredibly complicated and incredibly difficult to integrate all of the information that you're exposed to when you experience a full-blown, authentic Kundalini awakening. And I say authentic Kundalini awakening because a lot of people are having non-authentic awakenings. They're like, imagining light moving through their body. They're not in, I could hear my ancestors and all this other stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have a real Kundalini experience, you're not going to be able to deny it. It is highly psychedelic. It is highly visual. There are geometric patterns that come out of the world around you that you can see. You can see the geometric scaffolding holding the physical world together. You can now... It's just incredible. It's not something that you think you might have had. You know it. Folks, you know it undeniably. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about this. You might not know what it's called. You might not know, it's a Kundalini awakening, blah, blah, blah. You might not know the term for it. But there's a good chance you would. In my opinion, a full-blown Kundalini awakening, the OI system, which is a term that I've coined to describe the organic intelligence of your aura is going to tell you what you're experiencing. When I first experienced my aura during the climax of my first experience with Gnosis, Kundalini, it talked to me like an advanced computer system. And it was kind of like the Millennium Falcon, turning on finally after Han Solo and Chewbacca worked on it for forever. It's like, before I was this broken machine, and then finally when the Kundalini moved through me, like everything turned on. There was like all sorts of beeping noises and almost digital style noises that I could hear and see. I could see like what appeared to be like these very alien relay systems and like circuit diagrams moving through my aura as it turned on. You see, ladies and gentlemen, this is the type of consciousness that we were designed to experience. We weren't designed to be these little slave worker pawns down here. We're like the worker bees for the queen. I mean, this is just ridiculous. We were designed to be in the promised land, which is a perpetual state of enlightenment. And when we're in a perpetual state of enlightenment, and Kundalini is the biological, physiological process which causes our personal enlightenment, we were designed to have this moving through us constantly. This is how God, the true living God, the hidden God, this is how God designed us. And when you have the Kundalini energy moving through you after it's cleansed all your tissues and dismantled your ego and all your bullshit, which puts you into the dark night of the soul, it's very terrifying. But after you go through this process, if you experience it past those stages, you experience like full body orgasms and pleasure beyond your wildest dreams. You see, enlightenment is supposed to feel good. You're supposed to feel good in this body. Nowadays, we think the pinnacle of pleasure is like the sexual orgasm. No, this body is an orgasmic wand of the divine. We're supposed to have like orgasms in our cells constantly. This is what life's supposed to feel fucking good, folks. We're not supposed to be stiff and arthritic and miserable and upset and tight and, depressed and all this bullshit. We've been sold a bill of goods, folks. We've been sold a fucking bill of goods. A disgusting bill of goods, and we've bought into it. We have been reduced to slaves. We have been reduced to slaves. You can directly experience the acquisition of your lost power. Your senses will open up, and you'll be able to understand more of what the Matrix is trying to convince you and hoodwink you into doing so that you lose your soul as a byproduct. Catch my drift? It's called participation. You don't have to participate with this nonsense. And you can get to the point where you've established a state of health that's beyond what the system's norm of health is. I'm talking about power. I'm talking about ether. I'm talking about fire. Kundalini, folks. This is what they want to stop. Don't you see that? Aren't you paying attention? I hope so. Or are you like millions of these lost souls that are on the earth plantation as slaves? This is a broken system, and it's designed this way intentionally. This is a test. Do you not see that? Your heart is being weighed on the scales of Mayat. Do you not see that? Do you not sense it? Do you not feel it deep within your bones, within your blood? Do you not have a genetic memory of this? You're a lot more aware of what's going on than you give yourself credit for, but you've lulled yourself into a state of slumber, and your day-to-day consciousness now resembles a deep unconscious sleep. There's no lucidity. Getting healthy requires you to become lucid. It takes action. Lucidity requires action, because once you become lucid to the truth, you're at a fork in the road, aren't you? You either keep going down the current or you swim up current. Swimming up current takes effort. Builds your muscles, though. You see, the easy path is for the sheep. They're floating down the river. All this nonsense, guys, it's subtle poison. Subtle fucking poison. They're modifying our genetics. They're changing the way our body works. And they're giving us a massive inundation of smart devices that make our life convenient. But these smart devices, as they evolve, you guys, they get more and more weaponized. And before you know it, everything on your phone will be able to be implanted into you. And I know that sounds very science fiction, but that's the future, you guys. That's what all the bigwigs are talking about. That is the aspirations of these insane fucking oligarchs that are running the show from behind the scenes. This is insanity. This is absolute insanity, and I have no more patience for the sheep. These people are destined, wired, whatever you want to call it, for their own destruction. They participate with it, and they love it. And they will fight, kick, and scream to defend the status quo.